Pen, that's nonsense. A lot of it is self-seeking, soul-searching, and I get it, okay? But think about it for a second being a white guy. For a second. I know you've tried. For 30 years, because of apartheid, because of the history, black commentators have had a moral superiority and ability to say what they like, to bash white people around, to treat us in the way they wanted to treat us. And 3.5 years ago, I stood up and said something no one had ever said before, and it broke the dam. And people are now saying and speaking and wanting a proper dialogue. And for the first time, when whomever triggers you, you flip out. Isn't it time you also heard what they said? You've had a monopoly on saying things. And I follow your show. I love it. I love you. And I listen to everything you say. But one day to the next, you can say different things. And you spray it out there because you can. You're allowed to. But we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. The minute we start saying things, it's the enemy. It's evil. We're not listening to you. I think the reality is you're not listening to us. You haven't given us a chance to say what we want to say because you've had the stage for so long. You're used to monologuing for so long. And I want us to have a debate. I want us to throw things out on the table. Things that aren't said, ought to be discussed. I'm up for that. And I really would love to do that with you, with Sbu, with others, and have that conversation. But let me ask you a specific question. I did 10 minutes with Dave Rubin. What triggered you? What did I didn't mention genocide. There is no genocide. There is no genocide. I agree. On land expropriation, the bill is the horrific thing, keeps away foreign direct investment. But are land being invaded? Maybe a tiny here and there, but it's not really happening. I agree with you. And Ernst didn't say that, and I didn't say it. So what triggered you on my Dave Rubin? It was 10 minutes only. What specifically triggered you? What did I say in those 10 minutes that triggered you? We can leave it like that and not answer it. I mean, I don't think I did. I think you're lumping me in with everyone else just because I had the audacity to be on an American podcast, and I'm going to do more. But I agree, there is no genocide. There really isn't. And land invasions haven't happened yet. And expropriation without compensation hasn't really happened yet. But it's like having a loaded gun in the bedroom with children running around. At some point, some kid's going to pick up the gun and pull the trigger. So don't walk away from unity. Walk towards unity. Let's get together, have the difficult conversations, argue, fight, make up, and let's make this country happen. I'm as frustrated as you are for different reasons, because I see a government that is completely incompetent and incapable and holding the country back. And you talk about capitalists and central government oppressing. This ANC government has 28 million people on social grants, undereducated, with no health, unemployed, and with no future whatsoever. That's oppression. So let's work together. Let's have those conversations. Please, don't give up. Spoo, what about your comment?
I'd like to hear your thoughts, but before you do, I want to say this very briefly. Unfortunately, Twitter is a very dangerous space. It's a sewage pit, and it seems the algorithms are getting worse, and it seems there's more bots. I still believe in a lot of the good work that AfriForum does. I get criticized a lot.
Respect for saying.
For anything I say about AfriForum, and it's okay, I understand. I'm hoping that specifically black communities can learn from the idea of setting up a non-profit organization, collecting money, solving your own problems, especially things like closing potholes, building your own schools and the like, which are the things that I admired about them. I don't support the politics of AfriForum. And of course, it becomes difficult when the politics is so loud and it almost looks intertwined. So I guess in the same breath, there are so many things I respect about Rob in particular, but other people who maybe support Rob and support some of his views, a lot of the good work. And it's not to say I discount any of that, but where we differ is in the politics, and it's very upsetting because the politics has a direct impact on some of our lives. And I'll just say that I have the ability to separate. I won't take away the things Rob teaches us and the opportunities that we may be given and the knowledge and, eating amakoporo. I will never take that away. Most other people struggle with that. They bunch everything together. More than anything is the politics. Unfortunately, the politics does affect real life. And it's quite sad for me.
But on the flip side, you would also disparage EFF's politics, like jumping up and down, kill the Boer, one farmer, one bullet. I mean, that's horrific on Human Rights Day. So you would agree that if you don't like the politics of AfriForum, you can't like the politics of EFF. That's racism and hatred. So
I won't comment on the EFF, but I will say personally, I don't think we should be chanting the Wuli Bono and kill the Boer anymore. That's me. I understand its significance in history, to be archived, the relevance of what that chant meant. But especially in the last couple of years, seeing what the song does and dividing, we've now got proof of concept that when you sing the song, people fight. You probably shouldn't be doing it anymore.
It's hatred.
So it's just on the song itself, and that's my personal opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Sbuda.
So Sbuda, you know what we should do? We should put these on. Don't you think?
Because we're cooking for real.
Cook, guys. There's unity. I mean, come on. We all.
If it's too hot and you can't stand it, get out of the kitchen.
Exactly.
And let the guys cook. If you're such an influential voice, Rob, and you've got opportunities to also get on other American platforms, which I'm obviously sure they're huge. I checked out that 10 minutes.
I'm going to mention Mosaics.
Tell them about Mosaic's Kitchen and More Fire.
Sure.
And actually, when I checked it out, that clip at the time was at 500,000 views, right? And it's a big platform. As much as you don't agree with a lot of the other things that are being said, why can't you speak against what Elon Musk is doing? Why can't you use your influence to tell the truth? That farm murders are not,
and I will.
Crime is crime.
And I will.
South Africa, we understand.
And I will.
It's dividing the country.
And I will.
Why do we let this lie, this fire just become so big and we all just keep quiet because it's doing damage to all of us?
So I will do that if you guys denounce the EFF and it's kill the Boer and all this hatred in the studio. I'll do my job or you do yours. Is that fair?
It is all of our job to make sure before we deal with domestic politics, when the whole world is now against us.
I'm asking you for a deal. It's that simple.
And we've been divided, Rob. We've been divided by the very guy who comes from this country.
I know, but EFF's dividing us too by the hatred.
His
How come you black guys won't take the deal? I'll say to the fact that there's no genocide going on and there are no farm invasions, and you guys denounce EFF because you're too scared to do it.
But why can't you text Elon Musk and tell him?
I'll do it. But why don't you call Julius and tell him to back off on the EFF hate slogans? Come on.
But do you understand what?
Too scared?
But do you understand what he's just said?
Yes, I'll do it.
Do you understand?
I'll do it.
I've
said yes. These guys are like backpedaling.
Which guys?
We don't.
So I started
specifically.
Rob, I started.
No, I spooted it.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying, don't add me because I started by saying I support the work AfriForum does.
No, you were fine.
I didn't say I'm denouncing AfriForum. So similarly, I said I don't support the song.
I hear you loud and clear.
So don't ask me to denounce the EFF. Okay.